And that's the problem with this conversation.
Yeah, everyone's hurt. It's hurt people talking to hurt people.
Like,
and we just end up hurting each other more. That's hurt squared.
This could...
Yeah.
So I know exactly what this is.
Oh.
That the lighter skinned girls, the mixed race girls, were the more attractive ones. And so that was definitely like what was seen as if you were black. That was the archetype of what you should look like as a black woman.
Have you ever felt like you was a butters ting?
No, I've never. But I feel like in general, lighter skinned girls were always deemed more prettier.
I don't know, it's something that I think can be perpetuated a lot by dark-skinned men. And we've got a couple of them on the panel this evening. So if I open it up to, like, Dane, so interested to...
He said, what? Me? He had to look at his skin right quick, like, rah. She said, we got a couple of them here. She put them up on the guillotine, bruv. Oh, God.
He didn't want the smoke.
He wasn't ready.
Said, what, me? Oh, you know there was no way he could run. They're about to finish him. Finish him.
I'm not going to lie to you. The tone of the host kind of struck me the wrong way.
What did she say in particular that made you feel
I feel like she addressed the point and then she was like, it's a thing that can be perpetrated by dark-skinned
I knew you was gonna say that.
Which is true and it's valid, but in that instance, there was no accountability as to how light-skinned people also can perpetuate this.
I think it's interesting that the conversation seems to be largely centred around discussions where men are superficially judging women, because when I was growing up, it was kind of the other way round, where it was normalised for women to kind of be like, I like light-skinned men, or go for a light-skinned man, and that was normalised in like...
Now this is where he messed up. She asked for his thoughts.
Yeah.
Not his experiences.
Yeah. He went in defensive. So there's a problem here already.
And that's the problem with this conversation.
Yeah. Everyone's hurt. It's hurt people talking to hurt people.
Like,
and we just end up hurting each other more. That's hurt squared.
This could...
R&B groups like Jodeci, where the light-skinned men were considered the more attractive ones, or in groups like H-Town. So... in my experience, yeah, go ahead, Z.
Dane, I feel like black men do that all the time.
ZZ Mills literally just said, instead of being accountable, a lot of black men just reflect it on other people. We all do it. Dark-skinned women are talking about their experience. Listen, yes, there was things where I was in school, and you hear people saying, oh yeah, he's a light-skinned guy, oh he's got coolie hair. But it was really coming from guys where they'll say, oh yeah, oh that's a lighty, he's got green eyes, or a black girl will be getting called ashy, getting all kinds of insults. Black men have a lot to answer for.
We've never completed this conversation.
Never, ever. I don't think we'll ever be complete.
Never. Everyone wants to tell their story.
To sit down and die on this cross of, yeah, but they were doing it too. Yes, there was colorism on both sides, but women have suffered. Women have really suffered.
We're talking about dark-skinned women, and somehow you guys bring in your trauma from year 12.
I'll tell you why.
Wait a minute.
Zizi is savage, you know.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, I'm going to say this from now, yeah. What I don't like is when someone dismisses someone's experience. I don't like it. Whether you agree with it or not, that's what they've lived through.
Yeah,
you get?
like it's a thing of we're the only one suffering.
Yeah.
So nobody else can suffer.
You had a man on a panel for a reason. He's not going to keep quiet and just agree with what you have to say. So if he's experienced something, it's only right for him to also say, you know what? I hear what you're saying, but this is what I've gone through.
I was just watching. I forgot we was even meant to
Yeah,
do
no,
that.
so I actually remember watching this when this was happening, and
This is the first time I've ever seen this clip.
Really?
I'm away. Like if it's, I don't keep up with everything.
The 12 years old or however old you were, when it's like, okay, but now we were all young and stupid then. Like we were dumb. We all said dumb stuff. But now you lot, hold on.
That, oh my, do you know what pisses me off about people that do, you see when they're called out for like their racism or saying the N-word or something, yeah, bro, that saying, oh, I was 12 years old, shut up.
I feel like, yes, people are young, you're adults now, you have to, again, it's about being accountable. But also that kind of stuff starts from young and forms the way you think as an adult. It's still relevant I think it's still something that if we look at, because a lot of the art examples we looked at is from school, and you know that kind of environment with our peers kind of affects how we go into adulthood as well.
She's talking about black guys don't like dating black women because black women used to be attracted to light-skinned guys. So black guys have a trauma when it comes to black women. Now, why I say that's a cap, right, is because more time, even in school, we actually used to get bullied by the black men.
I feel like only until like a couple of years ago did dark-skinned black girls become in. I always had a market in it, sweet one. But I feel like, personally, to be totally honest, I feel like dark-skinned girls being celebrated, that was like only in the last couple of years. You did not hear songs
even if you
saying
looked on
dark-skinned.
MTV, like
Right.
the video girls are gonna be
Right. Us women in general, we're always going to seek some sort of validation from men. I remember in primary school, even like they used to treat us as if we were just monkeys. So you're gonna start thinking you're monkeys, bros. And then so that whole we used to like light skinned boys, yeah, because they were nicer to us. Black boys were just mad aggressive.
Did you feel like black girls found you attractive in school?
Yeah, but I don't know if I realised it was because I was light skinned.
Do you feel like your
But-
dark-skinned friends, male friends?
Yeah,
weren't?
I've got a dark skin equivalent. My brethren is like, literally, he's my what? As in, like, he's my dark skin equivalent. Like, you either liked him or you liked me.
I went to an all-girls school, but it was in my head to be light-skinned, to just be a bit better. Your hair texture was a bit nicer. So much so that I thought that as well.
What I will say is this: there was certainly like a thing around a light skinned girl. There's truth to it. 100%. There's truth to it.
Yeah.
At a certain time, was perpetuated as more attractive than a dark skinned girl.
Yeah.
Even back in the day in school, black men were always with the light skinned girls, and there would be that one odd white man or one odd white boy that was with a black girl, but it was always the black boys going for light skinned girls since the start. I just don't believe in that whole trauma thing. I just feel like black men don't find black women attractive, and it's that simple.
But now you lot are not. You lot are fetishized. Probably black dark.
In his head, yeah, he said, "You lot made me talk about this, and now you're cooking me."
Dark, black, big black men are fetishized. We are hypersexualized. But then there's a violent element that comes with it. And when you see a big, dark-skinned man, more time they think he's aggressive, whether that is sexually, physically in terms of sports, whether that's, you know, and therefore it comes into a societal thing that everyone's clutching their handbags and fearing them.
He started wrong, and I know where he's coming from is true. It's right. It's his experience, but it's because of how he started it. It's easy to just bring out the pocket rocket. Wait, that's your experience. We didn't ask for all that. You know what I mean?
Black dark-skinned men, mate, you lot are flying.
But they've always been fetishized and referred to as bucks and studs in like adult films, or like, if you're a black man, BMW was an
Okay, so
acronym
what
for
do black
man's
men
body.
need to do for dark-skinned women?
Black men collectively need to stop with colorism, using colloquial terms like lighty or light skin, and, you know, denigrating dark-skinned women. But at the same time, we need to recognise that is part of a much larger...
Another thing as well I don't like about black men that they do, yeah, they like to make us seem as if we're just crazy.
We need to recognise that is part of a much larger conversation.
That's all lives matter there, babe.
It's not really, because
Really
we're just talking about black people.
It is, but then you start talking about...
You're younger than me, and I'm telling you, look at it this way
Okay,
then.
Dad.
She's being dismissive though. Zizi was being very dismissive there. I don't see what was wrong with his answer, because he said we need to stop with colorism, we need to stop with like she asked him a clear question, what do black men need to do? And he said they need to stop with this, and she said that's all lives matter.
The whole energy from this thing is just very defensive. It's very invalidating.
It is.
I think it was a mad draw. You see, if they didn't show him the conversation topics beforehand, yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
that's just that's not nice.
You can never be prepared for this kind of
can't-
conversation.
Yeah, you
though.
can't cancel man on a convo. Like, it's not
Yeah.
fair. Like, what if he didn't look prepared? He was shocked when he got asked the question.
Yeah.
Now it's a...
This was straight personal. This wasn't about the
this
conversation. It was straight personal.
Because remember, this is even on Channel 4, you know, so this is not going to be something that's just shown to the black audience. People that are not in our community are watching us, and this is how we are talking to each other about experiences in discourse. This is
It's
not,
not just shown
Channel
to black
U
people.
or, you know...
Other people see this and they're like, this is how they see themselves. So
So if
like,
they don't
the
agree with
plan's
each other,
working.
yeah, it's like if
You
they don't,
understand?
if they
The
can't
plan's
agree with each
working.
other, then why do we even have to bother, you know, giving them a time of day?
Again, outside looking in, it's easier to speak. But they should have thought, you know what? We're going to have a conversation on Channel 4 about colorism, black people. Let's not fight.
I think people often look at life through their lens. I'm a dark-skinned girl who blatantly saw the celebration of light-skinned girls growing up, right? So I'm going to just feel like that's my reality. When I speak to bare other dark-skinned black girls, they feel the same way. then there's a tendency to say that that is the fact and everyone's experience. Because it's so emotional, it feels like, sometimes when that conversation happens, it feels like someone's dismissing somebody else.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what happened there. Dane felt like, yo, you lot are making like people that look like me the source of colorism, when in reality we experienced it too. It's so horrible because it's like, no black person created colorism. We perpetuate it 100%, but we didn't create it. For that to now be a divide between us is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's actually crazy.
I do actually remember that, back in school times where people were like, oh, that mixed race guy is so cute, blah, blah, blah. And there was times where people were calling dark skin, whether you were a woman or a man, you were called blick.
Yep, burnt plantain.
It's definitely a struggle on both sides.
I just feel like, for example, well, growing up, I knew I was black.
Yeah, me too.
I never knew how dark I was until another black man...
Secondary school.
Not even primary school, until another black man had called me dark. So it goes, regardless of whether it's in the house or not, when it comes to men and female, no matter whether we've gone through those experiences, the woman's experience is always going to be far worse than the man's.
I agree with that.
Right, this is the problem with the conversation. Whether this is right or wrong, it's not going to progress. Because straight away, it's our experience is worse than yours. And then his thing is, but ours one is worse than you think.
Colorism is colorism. You've been a victim or you've been a perpetrator.
Yeah. Whether you've been through it or not, it won't progress.
You got to decide what you want to achieve before the conversation starts. Are we just going to share our experiences or are we going to find a solution?
Word.
Always saying that, oh, it's always going to be worse for a woman. And you understand, that's just not real life. Like, people have different capacities.
I hear what you're saying, but as a woman, I can relate to what she's saying. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
There's been times, even not too long ago, certain black men, they have praised women that are a lot lighter than me, and they've made it very clear.
Just women got it bad, man. Sometimes we have it bad, and this added colorism doesn't help our situation and our position in society.
When it comes to things that have to do with beauty standards and aesthetics, women have it a lot harder than men do. There's already so much pressure in how someone should look, how someone should dress, how someone should put themselves across to be sexy or not sexy.
The difficult thing there is that I feel like I've seen that exact same scene.
Yeah.
But instead, imagine Dane is a black woman and everybody else is white. And as in really trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And then like certain terms are being used. Like,
he's trying to make a point that we know he's trying to make. Like, he's not wrong in the point he's trying to make.
Wrong, yeah.
But maybe he tried to make it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's how it is.
We all live in echo chambers.
Yeah.
Everyone's echo chamber is loud to them. Me growing up in Nigeria, watching my dad, like, we're Igbo. And Igbo people are known for having lighter skin in general.
Yeah.
And my dad's dark. Everywhere he went, what did they call him? Hey, Darky, come over. And he was treated differently.
But again, you see the whole thing that you talked about, echo chambers, right? Was it echo chambers you said? That's what you've experienced. Exactly. So I can respect that, but that's not to now say that women haven't gone through that as well. There's things that women, and I know you didn't, but this is where I'm coming in now and saying, as women, we may have not necessarily experienced what you just explained to us, but we have definitely experienced being second best because of the way we look like and stuff like that. So I am acknowledging what your dad has gone through, but us women, we've definitely gone through some shit. It has not been easy, and it still isn't easy now.
I feel like the worst thing I've ever experienced in terms of colorism is family members offering me bleaching cream.
What?
Well, you know my story, Maggie. So, yes, I have been subject to the effects of colorism. I used to bleach my skin. I was a heavy bleacher. And yeah, wasn't the best experience.
And they meant it in the most amount of love. Like, they would literally be like
100%.
They meant it in love. Because imagine if I'm woke because I come from an era of celebration of black skin, they're from an era of like, nah, you're not getting married unless you're light skinned.
And what was the reason behind it? You wanted to be lighter, to be more attractive.
The lighter I got, the more appreciative people were of me. I'm not gonna lie.
But do you not feel like okay?
No, go on.
But like now looking back, do you not feel like you looked scary?
I don't look at them pictures anymore. I try to erase that.
Okay.
As someone that's dark skin, you wouldn't necessarily feel like you was getting a look in. Do you get what I'm saying? You feel like, you're not the best looking because somebody else is light skinned or.
Like I said, I've been a victim and a perpetrator. I've learned from those mistakes. I'd rather have convos with the women around me. We educate each other on it, basically.
I feel like I'm benefiting from my colour. But it could not just be my colour. It could be that I got a little bit of personality and get me like... Someone out there might think I'm good looking or whatever it is. Like, I might be funny.
The humble thing is pissing me off, you know.
No, I'm just
the
saying,
humble thing is pissing me off, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe I wouldn't have had that leg up if I was dark skinned or if I was white. And I say that, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like right now, that like, as in they're looking for something that is diverse, filling quotas and ticking boxes. There might actually be someone out there that's better for the job than you are. But because you fit the profile.
Savage Dan, man.
But you never know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
what influenced you to, you know, want to bleach your skin and things like that?
I'm not going to lie. If you were raised in a Jamaican household with people that do image, all they talk about is browning, blackie, and it takes a toll. I'm not gonna lie, it took a toll on me.
So how did that make you feel as a person then?
Bro, I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be a browning.
And you know, funny enough, in my family, if you bleach, that's when you're odd. Do you get it? Like, you get made fun for bleaching and for being lighter.
No, they gassed me, bruv. I'm not
gonna lie.
It? This colorism topic, I can't lie, it's very triggering.
It's very triggering. It's very deep.
triggering.
Yeah.
What's made you decide that you don't want to continue it anymore?
Bro, when I realised that other races treat you exactly the same, you're still a black motherfucker. They're still gonna chase you down the street when you're wearing a fucking hood. They're still gonna walk behind you when you walk into Westfield.
So you were kind of changing yours for like
other people.
So how they treat you. It wasn't about how you feel about yourself.
No.
Okay.
But obviously it affected how I felt about myself.
Okay, that makes sense. Actually, I understand that.
It's a very techie one. Like, I know people that have bleached. I know people that will never bleach. I would like to consider myself as one of those people. But I also, in the past, have wished I was lighter. You have to realise that not everyone's made of the same stuff. Not everyone has the same support system.
And it's really sad that this is what it has come to.
Yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, it's understandable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking to women, that have, they usually tell me, it would be like an auntie that comes to the house who has already bleached. Yeah. And then she'll be saying stuff like, so Dak. So now that's just a knock-on effect from auntie to niece, and that she's bleaching. And then everyone, like, not everyone's bleaching, but bleaching that's a serious thing, you know.
Serious.
I can't believe. I never thought. Of all the words being called blick or being called African bull, all of them kind of insults back in the day, I never thought, I need to bleach.
But somebody would, and people have, and it's scary how embedded it is into the community and how normal it is. It's in the whole cosmetic industry. Do you know what I'm saying? It's embedded in Africa as well. Like,
my mum's side Nigeria, my dad's side Senegal. Senegal and the Senegambian region, a lot of people bleach. A man, when he's describing a woman, sometimes I want a woman that's nice, she's fair. That's part of the requirement, that she's fair. And so you have people bleaching to the point that they can't step in the sun because their skin can't handle it.
I wonder if we were challenging those perceptions then, what it would be like. Like, I mean, there's all these what ifs, but it's interesting. Imagine if we had did it like 15 years ago.
Earlier.
Would we be sitting here now? Would it have been just a phase?
It's something that you almost can't escape from. But at the same time, all I can do is just continue to embrace my skin complexion and try and call it out. And I just hope that when I do call it out, people back me, because sometimes one voice is not enough. You need more people to scream. And that's when you get heard. So
True.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't appreciate yourself, then whatever somebody says, you're going to be knocked down.
You know, get to be a part of your community and enjoy the blackness of it.
Yeah.
And then from there, you automatically just grow to love yourself and your surroundings rather than trying to be something else.
Talk to your parents. Go to the Caribbean. Go to Africa. Go to places where there are people that look and sound like you. Because if you're in an environment that's not serving you, regardless of whether you think it's the best school or you think it's the best club, it's not going to do anything for you. What you do is surround yourself with those that look like you and have your best interest in heart. Ensure that people around you are feeding into your growth. They're reminding you of who you are, and they are actively aware of what you need as a black person, because that's a need. That's it.
That's why I'm happy with my little 30,000 followers. I don't want no big followers. Don't come follow me. Don't follow me.
Follow me.